Hey guys, I'm here to do another Stephen King book review. It's Firestarter. Um, I saw the movie before I watched the book, or I read the book. My parents, again, recommended me that I watched it. And, Drew Barrymore is in it, and I believe she did this after coming off of E.T. And, George C. Scott is in this movie. And the movie was pretty good. I thought it was a decent movie. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it was definitely something different for Drew Barrymore as a kid. And I also heard that John Carpenter was going to direct that movie, but he never did. Obviously, I think it was because Christine was such a major failure when it first came out that they didn't allow him to direct it. I had the book for a long time, and I read it a couple months ago, and I decided to reread it. That's where I'm at right now. But I thought I'd go ahead and review it anyway. The book is about Charlie McGee. That's Drew Barrymore's character. Well, her father, Andy, and her mother, gosh, I can't remember what her name was. I think it was Vicky. They're in college, and Andy wants, they see this ad that says they can get a couple $100 if they come and subject themselves to this scientific experiment. So they end up going to this experiment that's run by, I think they call it the chop shop, or the shop. They just call it the shop. And well, what this experiment did was it gave Andy McGee like telekinetic powers, and the scientists were gonna monitor the people that got these powers. And people died like during the experiment because the drug was so different. Well, Andy ends up leaving this facility with Vicky, and they just kind of try to forget that it happened, and they end up getting married, and they end up getting a daughter named Charlie, and they find out later that she has the same kind of telekinetic powers, and they tell her never to use them, and they just kind of make her control them. Well, pretty soon the shop finds out that Andy has a daughter named Charlie, and they decide to ransack their house and try to find the daughter and the family. And well, unfortunately, Andy and Charlie were not home, but they kill Vicky, the wife. So now Andy and Charlie are on the run from the shop, and that's basically what the bulk of the book is about. And they end up getting captured by the shop, and they subject Charlie to some tests, and then there's this big showdown thing at the end of the book. Won't give it away what exactly happens. But this was a pretty good book. I thought it was better than the movie. Again, this is one of Stephen King's earlier books. Let's find a publishing date. 1980. So again, very kind of early in his career. It was an okay Stephen King. After reading The Stand, I was kind of vowed myself that I would never read any Stephen King again, but this was actually not that bad, and it was pretty short, but the font is small. But very good book. I really enjoyed it. Again, it wasn't that long of a read, but if you didn't like the movie, you probably won't like the book that much, but still, usually the book is always better than the movie. But it was still a decent book. Definitely not Stephen King's best. And again, typical Stephen King, it has its share of boring parts and good parts. But what's bad about a Stephen King book is you don't know which one to read next, because all of them have their share of boring parts. And I chose this one because it was short. And again, it was really good. I'm not like a huge Stephen King fan. I read his books, but I don't really enjoy them that much. And yeah, it was just an okay book. But that's my review for Firestarter by Stephen King, and I'll see you guys later.